due to hunting season and that sort of stuff. So tonight, instead of having the 10 on the button players, we're going to have the 1-3 players, which should be a lot of fun. It'll be something that we haven't done before, and we just started the 1-3 game back up here recently. So all of these players, with the exception of a couple, are fairly new faces, and well, it ought to be a lot of fun. So sit back and let's just enjoy the show. So if the young lady you're seeing right there is Miss Carrie Shaver. She is Clyde's daughter. She's up here all the time. She's a blast to play with. So she doesn't have a nickname, but she's from Odessa. She's a real estate broker. She's married with 4 kids. Her biggest win came at WinStar. 26,000 in craps was her biggest win. Her favorite dealer is all the dealers here at Kojaks. Her favorite sport is football. Her favorite athlete is Patrick Mahomes. And she said her biggest achievement is her whole life. The biggest fish at the table is Basil. And of course, the person she wants to beat the most at Kojaks is her daddy, Clyde Hinton. So there's no one on the wall she wants to have their picture taken down to beat. So anyway, she does have a tournament series win at Kojaks. And I will try to go as we move around the table. I will try to get everybody's names as we do it. And I may get some of them wrong, but I will certainly do my best to get them right. We ought to see some different play tonight. It's a little easier to call, $10, $12, $15 instead of calling, $10, $12, $1,500. And so, like I say, we ought to have some. Looks like Martin came out, and I'll find it as we do the hands. Like I say, I will absolutely read their bios as I can find them. I'll go with Rob first. Rob's nickname is Oppenheimer, Snake, Robster. He's 51. He's from Pecos. He's married with 2 kids. He has 10K in the Permian Basin Tour. 3,400 is his largest win at a casino. Favorite casino game is No Limit Hold'em cash games. Favorite dealer at Kojaks is all of them. Favorite sport is poker or shooting. So his favorite athlete
hopefully
is
not at the same
Walker.
time.
Yeah. Charlie's in the booth now, so. Oh, there we go.
Yep, there we go.
I didn't know how to put the picture up.
So now you get the made-for-radio faces.
Well, and I was trying to save them the trauma of seeing my ugly mug up here.
So what we're doing tonight is we're switching it up a little bit. I'm sure Mr. Carter has told you about this. We've got a bunch of players in the Dallas area playing some big tournaments, hopefully bringing back a lot of money to Kojaks to give to us as we play. But what we decided to do this week is something a little smaller. Give a few of the players that don't have the bankrolls to play the big one. We're going to let them try it out here and see how much they like it. And I bet we'll be surprised at some of the amount of all-ins we see. We've got a long list for this already up.
Well, that's what I just said. I said it's a whole lot easier to call, $15 or $30 versus $1,500 or $3,000.
Absolutely. So I'm going to actually get to deal this game tonight. So you're going to be stuck with Mr. Carter. He's back from his hot air balloon.
Yeah, that's what it is. And not just the players playing. I know there's several of our big players that are out playing or they're out hunting.
Oh yeah. That's right. I saw Reagan had an elk.
Yeah.
That was like 20 foot tall.
It was a really nice elk.
Hey, who was that in seat number 5?
Seat number 5 is Mr. Basil.
Oh, right there in the center of the camera, Basil. Good thing we don't have him mic'd up tonight. Hey, there's Carrie and Orlando.
Yeah.
That was one of the players that was going to play the 10 on the button, Martin, sitting in seat 3.
Yep.
He wanted to buy in for $3,000.
I did see that, yeah. And I think we set it at 2 to 5, right? Isn't that what we said?
Yeah, 1 to 5.
1 to 5. Okay, 1 to 5. Yeah, that's we could have some action here. Ace King plays a little bit bigger in a 1-3 than it does in a 10 to 25.
Absolutely, and Ace 8 plays a lot bigger than
Ace
it is in a
plays.
1-3, but
Yes.
it expectedly folds right there. So we've got a 3-bet to $38. Queens versus Ace King.
Queens are still holding right now.
And that flop can't look too bad with a pre-flop raise 5-5-9. Ace King's still looking pretty strong. We'll see how Ricky does it here. There's Basil with his signature spinner. Looks like it's going in slow motion on camera here.
You know, it's funny when those silly things came out. I bought 4 or 5 of them.
Oh, everybody did. I use them when I fly. I'm scared of flying.
I'm not ever scared of flying. I'm scared of crashing.
That's the part that I'm scared of.
And actually, I'm not too. Being that I'm almost a pilot, so
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't. You know.
It's a lot different when I was younger and we'd fly on military planes. I'd always get to sit in the cockpit with the pilot. Didn't bother me. But sitting where I can't see where I'm going, that's what bothers me.
Every once in a while, I need to be flying this plane moments. You know, I should be up there, but I'm afraid the Southwest, that would be against their rules.
I flew with a baseball team to Albuquerque one time, and I was terrified. So the stewardess grabbed me with my baseball team, and she made me pass out peanuts and pretzels. And by the time I passed them out and got the drink orders for everybody, we were landing. Because, you know, it's only a 45-minute flight.
Yep. And yes, Jade, I will buy a plane someday.
Orlando, he likes to get a little tricky here. He's got A6 offsuit. He's probably going to raise it to at least 12. Looks like 17 maybe? 18. 18's the raise.
I really like this new setup with the big monitor like we've got it now.
Oh, absolutely. Martin's going to make the call at 18 with ace 10. Queen, jack suited. Mr. Ricky, who picked up the last pot. He's got it. He's got queen, jack suited. 3-way action to the flop.
And something you'll notice already is the bet sizing that we're seeing already. You watch the 10 to 25 and you'll see 2.5 to maybe 4.5, 5x. It's very rare do you see a 6x bet.
And
you know,
here you saw $3 big blind raised to 18,
yeah,
6x. Look at this, bet to $30 on the flop. Flop comes out, whiffs Orlando, but he's not scared of it. Flop comes out king 9-7. A6 is going to lead out. Hit with a gut shot straight draw. It looks like Ricky may be thinking about a call.
Ricky might be calling the gut shot, but
I'd be raising right here.
That's the fun thing about a 1-3 though, is you just don't know how these guys really play on a consistent.
So I dealt to them on the table right before they switched over here. And the bet sizes ranged, the pre-flop raises ranged from about $12 to $20. $20 was a big one.
So they're going 4 to a bunch, 7x.
Yes.
forget the 1.5, 2.5, 3x. They're going 4 to 7.
We're going to go to the turn. 2 of diamonds. It's going to go check, check. 9 of diamonds on the river. First to bet's going to win here, and it looks like Ricky's reaching for chips. First options on him. He's counting out some red chips, and he's counting out a decent sized stack. Looks like to be around 75 or 80. Oh, it's 45. It fooled me. And he's going to take it down, like we said. First to bet's going to be the first to win this.
That was actually a pretty good play on his part. He didn't believe him at all.
And I love this. Different levels of play. You see the same aggression, the same fearlessness. And so what this game is, it says 10 on the button up at the top, but it's actually a 1-3 game.
Yep.
And it's a 1 to 500 buy-in, but we moved a table over here, and this is not a excuse me, this is not a 70% game. This is a 1 to 500 max buy-in. So we on this game, we've chosen to give the big stacks the benefit. They've earned it. They've built their stacks up. They've got the advantage on that. Would you agree that big stacks have advantages?
Absolutely. In a 1-3 game, you know, you just showed that you know, Basil may be the only player at the table that can fight with a $165 stack against an $800 stack.
Absolutely.
And I'm not judging the other players. I don't know the other players, but
if you don't, if you look twice, Basil's going to turn that 100 into 600 just in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, and so like I say, he may be the only one. Rob's a pretty solid player. He doesn't get out of line very often. Orlando doesn't get out of line very often.
No.
Carrie stays out of line most of the time, but she wins. So
7-way action with a 3 bet to $22, and it looks like it's probably going to fold to Orlando. If Orlando calls, Rob may call. That's not a bad call. King 4 for $22. He's already got 6 invested. The pot's at $66. It's only 16 more to call.
Oh, did somebody make it 8? I missed it. Did they start off at $8? Because that's why we got the 3 bet. I'm doing $7, I guess. And the reason I'm saying that it's not set up for the 10 on the button is it calling it a 3 bet right there. I wouldn't even.
No, it went raised to.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a raise to $6, and then
there we go.
3 bet to 22.
Yeah, I glanced away for just a second at the action, and I was looking at the bio sheet, and I looked up, I'm like, 3 bet.
As we suspected, Rob does get $16 for $66 in the middle. That's going to be good enough pot odds to swing him along. 3-way action to the flop. $82 in the pot. Ace, jack, jack. Nobody hits it. And I bet you Rob can make a move here. Yeah. But we've seen Ricky also. Look at that. He comes out firing. $8.
Orlando can. Oh, he folds.
Orlando folds the best hand. Rob's thinking about it. Rob does have have the best hand. He's going to call the $8 with no hearts on the flop. And it's not wrong to suspect that your king is ahead right there. Look at this. This is good play right here. This is a good play. He leads out with what, 35, 30?
30. Yeah, 30.
He's first to act. The button is Ricky. Ricky's got 8 high. Ricky led on the flop. And now he's being bet into. One cool thing about this though is this is gonna make him play. Mm-hmm. We could see a raise right here.
They're definitely playing different than watching without the cameras.
Yes. Look at this. Oh, he's double checking it. He's saying, I got that ace right there. I got the ace. Okay, I don't have it.
You know what I've noticed already? These guys grasp the concept of getting it over the circle so we can see their hands pretty well.
Not one of them had missed it yet.
Which tells us that. But you know, the night that I played on it, I spent all night trying to find that silly thing, both sides and around. I don't know.
You didn't miss any.
But I think that Chris said they went in and did something to the RF.
We strengthened up the antennas.
Yeah. And
we cleaned them all off. So it should be cleaning them off.
But they kept coming up to me going, "We're not seeing your cards," and I'm like, I'm rubbing the whole time. I'm gonna rub a hole through the felt trying to find that reader.
2 cards is a little bit easier to read than 4 cards is. Oh, we got the Crusher out there.
The Crusher is, yes, ruining lives at this point.
Carrie's likely just to crush him out there. She likes to gamble.
Is she the big blind? I don't know what
she is the big blind.
Okay. Well, she told me playing that sit and go a little earlier that her daddy told her never give up your big blind.
Nope.
And she probably won't.
Ricky's got the Basil. Basil's got ace-9. So we've got, what, 6 players in there right now? And action's almost back to Carrie. We hadn't seen what Carrie has 10-6. Flop comes out 8-4 deuce. 5s is going to be in the lead with Orlando's 4s right behind. No, I'm sorry. Paul's going to be in the lead with pair 8's going to bet $10. Orlando likes to play. He doesn't like to give up any pair. Is that Jack 10 of hearts? Ricky's got the flush draw out there.
He does. He's not going anywhere.
Basil's got ace-9 and tight as tight can be Basil. Let's it go. When Basil does have the goods, though, he does bet it.
You know what's interesting about this is look at 3-8s. 3-8s, but the flush is there.
Oh,
flush made.
No.
We can see some fireworks.
Yeah, so Ricky's got effective stack of $815. Paul's got $520. We're going to be heads up going to the river. Paul's already got the flush. Any board pair, though, any queen, any 4, any deuce, which it's how much Ricky can get right here. Ricky's going to be last to act. Paul's going to lead out. Bet $25. We're going to see a raise. And a raise right here from Ricky would be really good because it'd be like he's playing the ace.
Right.
And the ace is a good card for Paul. So we're going to see a raise to $50. We're going to see another raise. No, he just calls. Wow, he just calls. I mean, you have to call with trips right there.
Yeah, what I was going to say, though, is what's interesting about this is not the size of the stacks in front of the guys, and that's what we always see on normal Saturday nights is these great big stacks, but the play is just, it's slightly different as far as bet sizing and the way, and you know, when you're watching the big game, we can pretty much predict what they're going to do. These guys is going to be fun. I have a feeling they're going to make liars out of us pretty quick.
Right, because in the 10 on the button game, when they've got $15,000 sitting in front of them with an ace coming out, they're thinking the other person is raising the ace. So that we would have seen a 3 bet right there.
But I will say this, depending on the size of bet, and if you go to the big game, that was probably going to be a $300 bet.
Yep.
You know, and it'd have to be a $300 crying call. But you won't see any big raises like that, you know, in the big game, just because you won't see a double raise right there.
You got a straddle here to 6 by Orlando.
And if you had seen that we got a straddle?
Yeah, we got a straddle.
Patrick wakes up with kings.
Yes. And pocket 7s are already out there.
Yeah, Rob's tight enough. I don't know if he'll come in. He might come in for 40 or 34 more, but
well, he's up wicked amounts.
Yeah, he may take a stab at it. You know, of course, he doesn't know he's missing a 7.
Right.
But 7-5 free bet that. That's what's funny in that deal. It's 7-5 free bet.
Martin's probably going to call too.
Yeah. And he's way short of cards that'll help him.
Right. Look at this. He's out there. Watch the flop come 4-6 king.
That would be hilarious. I mean, it would be fun.
We've got 4-way action, $167 in a 1-3 game pre-flop. Flop comes out 3, 10, deuce. Nobody gets any help, but that's got to be a pretty flop for Rob. Even better flop for Patrick.
Yeah, look at Ricky. I mean, with the exception of Patrick, he's a 28% favorite to win the thing.
Yeah. I would like to see a check by Patrick, a check raise.
Yeah, check raise would be ideal.
So he's gonna c-bet his 4-bet from the flop. He c-bets for the same amount, 40 into 160.
Oh, card's exposed.
He's got to be a little embarrassed to show that he paid 40 free flop.
Then he raised the first one to raise free flop. Whoops.
Ricky has been crushing this table. It's likely to see him call that. Oh, he's grabbing chips. Oh, he's grabbing shuffling chips. Yeah. I was like, man, he's grabbing a stack of red. That's 100. We know that.
This is the thing that drives most poker players nuts. Is when somebody knows that they're behind, they're just like, oh, okay, I call. That's not, that's not what they call that call, but yeah.
Right. Crying call.
Yeah, not even a crying call. It's that epic call. That one right there. It's just like, oh, please don't make those calls. They're the worst calls in poker because you lose.
Yes.
When somebody says, oh, forget it.
You've lost.
You've lost. Just give
Jack of
your money.
spades on the turn. Patrick's going to lead out and back, and Ricky's going to throw away his will draw real fast. Will. Where is Ricky from?
Let me see. Ricky is from Odessa, Texas.
Awesome.
Martin is from Plainview, Texas.
Martin's probably going to be the biggest gambler at this table. Well, second, I say Carrie is. Carrie's not afraid.
No, Carrie's not afraid, and that's one of the things that makes it so much fun to play with Carrie, is that she'll just look at you and start giggling, and the more she giggles, the more dangerous she is. And it's just like, I mean, her poker face is not much of a poker face, but you know that it's so much fun to play with her. We were playing in that sit and go earlier, and she was playing against my son, who was sitting to her left, and the board comes just horrible. And he makes a big bet. He says, well, I got to call you. You let me get open-ended. And it was the card, it was a 5 of clubs that came on the turn, so there was a 4 on the flop. And ace falls on the river, and she starts giggling to the point we had to call clock on her because it was 10-minute levels. And needless to say, she checked it, he checked it, he took the pot down.
And I guarantee you, being the only woman at the table is not going to be the biggest trash talkers on that table. She will put them boys in their place.
Yeah, she didn't want to fill out a bio sheet. I said, if you don't, I will make it up.
Hey, how old is Carrie on that bio sheet?
She puts a young'un. That's all she put. Yeah,
she's 29. If anybody asks, Miss Carrie is 29 years old.
Times 3.
No way. I'm going to tell her you said that when I go out there and bill her in a minute. Ooh, she's going to kill you, Mr. Carter. She's laughing right now, but she's going to be staring straight at that camera. She's going to dig those eyes right into you.
They are doing a bomb pot. Michael cannot track a bomb pot.
Okay, we wondered what they're doing. So at Kojak's, every dealer change, we like to do a bomb pot. And Miss Carrie begged and begged and begged until they decided to do a bomb pot. What it is, it's a double board bomb pot. Everybody antes, $10. Board comes out. We put out 2 flops. Players begin to bet. And
if we can follow the board.
See if we can get over to the board.
Yeah, the camera should switch right to the board, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should be switching in just 1 second. So there are. Ooh, it's $100 action. I wish we could see this board. That's a black chip on a 1-3 game.
I don't know how experienced Patrick is with bomb pots, but on the flop you don't ever do that.
No, not unless you have pocket aces and the flop comes ace 5-5, and the bottom flop comes ace 5-5.
Yeah,
that's the only way I'm betting that. I played a bomb pot one time. I had pocket 6s. The top flop comes 6-6 king. So I flop quads on the top. The bottom comes 3-4-5. Somebody goes all in. I was like, okay, I call. Turn card on the bottom comes a 7. I hit nut on both of them.
Wow.
Man, look at that. That's a bet by Orlando. Look at that. That's $200.
He must have hit that board pretty hard.
He folds. Oh, I wish we could have got over to that board. I'm just going to leave it on cycle and see if it'll start flipping by. Man, Orlando's pulling in a nice.
Yeah.
Looks to be about a $300 pot. Bomb pots at Kojak's are one of our staples. They get huge. And I'm scared of bomb pots because you're putting all your money in to win half of what's in there. And if you get quartered, it's terrible.
And
On the flopper, if you bluffed it, you won what's on the button. Well, it got up to $280 on the button.
Wow.
And they were still putting the 5 win on the button. And it just rotated around. Probably, I dealt it 4 times and it was still there. Well, it came down to 7 deuce versus 7 deuce. Neither one knew they had it. One let out and bet, the other one raised, and the other 7 deuce 3 bet it and won.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Spades. Paul hits the nuts.
And look at the straight.
Oh,
Straight's
we've got
there and top pair.
We've got top pair, a straight, and the nuts. Orlando bets that straight. He's in trouble. He's 0. No, he's not. Oh, he's got the straight flush draw. Queen of spades or 7 of spades gives Orlando the win.
Oh, I see.
So he's still got outs. Wow, I thought he was dead just looking at it. And I just noticed that it's heads up now.
Oh, and the crusher's not dealing, so we won't see the 7
$240 in this pot. 2 outs will help Orlando. And it's not one of them, but he's still got with it not being a spade.
Oh, it's not a spade.
No, it's not a spade. He's still got to think he might be pretty good. He's going to be.
I don't think he can call here. He may make a liar out of me, but
Man, he's got his hand on his forehead. We can't see it. He's shaking his head no. Now in the booth, maybe about to talk about the January miniseries is our general manager, Mr. John Reynolds.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully you're enjoying the live stream tonight and the colorful commentary of Chris Carter and Charlie Whittle. We have our January miniseries starting out on January 20th, our winter miniseries. It's going to start out with a $500 Big O tournament, Big Mitt, Congress.
it's $550, right?
$550 if you want to get the dealer appreciation.
Yep. Okay.
Look at this. Orlando's going to make the call.
Oh my.
He's got calling chips. He's got calling chips.
He's not gonna make this call.
Yeah.
Again, it's not even the nut straight.
No.
You know. And this is one of the differences between the big game and this one. That straight goes in the middle quick.
Yes.
Not here.
It's 267 to call. This will put us up at our largest part of the night, $974.
Yeah.
And this is a 1-3 game?
This is a
It's a
1-3 game.
with $900 pots.
This it's a big spot.
Charlie, we may have to leave the crusher deal, and I might need to go get in this game.
Right.
Oh.
No, somebody asked me earlier when I walked by the 1-3 table, there was a seat open, so you want to play 1-3? And I said I would rather slam my big toe in the closet than play 1-3.
But man, they're making a fool out of us. They're out here playing.
Oh
for
yeah,
some
they're playing
good money.
$1,000 pots, and yeah.
This is a paycheck right here.
It is somebody's paycheck.
Yeah,
every week.
this
You're
is a
right.
paycheck.
Poor Basil, when I told him he had to put his phone aside and not be on Facebook all the time.
Oh, did it just?
Yeah. You should see his little face under that mask.
I'm pretty sure Basil's got a little bit of ADHD. Hence the spinner. Look at him, he's spinning it.
He doesn't have Facebook, and he is our biggest fan on Facebook.
Oh, he lays it down. Very good fold by him.
He's your biggest advertisement on Facebook.
Oh,
for sure.
Absolutely. We love Basil. We
Huge
appreciate
pickup,
it.
$707 pot picked up by Mr. Paul with the nut flush. And Orlando, before the river, was not drawn dead. A 7 of spade or queen of spade gave him the straight flush. It would have given him.
So I was going to ask y'all, because we've got all the players playing in East Texas in those big tournament. If they're repping Kojak's, do they get the hour like you do when you go to the World Series in Vegas? If you didn't know.
I did since I've been here. Since I've taken over the job, I haven't had to worry about the World Series in Vegas.
Very true.
I haven't done it yet.
We all went and played it. I just don't think you want to see me in my shorts and flip flops in the hotel room playing online.
Right?
You got a camera on that thing, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I was shirtless, and that was a bit embarrassing. So you know.
Well, on that happy note,
You only got through Big Mitt. What other tournaments we have?
Big Mitt. That's on a Wednesday. Thursday, $1,000 high
the high roller?
That's the high roller, and we have a bounty tournament. 330 total. 300.
We have 2 tournaments on Thursday?
We have 2 tournaments.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
We also have what starts on Friday?
Main event starts on Friday. 1 flight of the main event, 440 dealer appreciation if you want it.
Day 1A?
2 flights. 2 flights on the Saturday, noon and 5 o'clock on the Saturday, and then Sunday, the final of the main event, and there's a turbo at 2:00.
Turbo Hold'em?
Just straight Hold'em.
Awesome. That's kind of the second chance for those that busted out, isn't it?
We don't like to call it the second chance tournament, Charlie.
I did have a couple of requests for a deuce to 7 triple draw tournament. Maybe during the week.
So,
and when I say a couple, I've requested twice. So,
so when we did the WSOP stuff in Hammond, we'd have an H2O tournament. Hold'em, deuce to 7, Omaha.
that would be a blast. That would be a blast.
Look at this right here. We've got 6 players in here on the flop. Flop comes out ace 10 6. 6 players. Pocket threes hung around. We've got two Basil. Basil's got the Basil. Basil's got Jack 10, and he's not gonna let it go. But Carrie's gonna bet it. She's got 2 pair and nope, she doesn't have the nut flush draw. We've got all kinds of stuff out here. We've got a pair of aces. He's going to lead out with $40. Carrie's going to raise. No, she's not going to raise. Yes, she is. She's going to. No, she just makes the call. She's got ace 6. She's got 2 pair. She's going to pull in.
Orlando to call with the ace 5. Oh, 2 pair also.
Yeah. 5 on the river. We could see a raise from Orlando. Because 7-9's an unlikely hand for someone to have right here.
Yeah, I would say ace 10 or ace 8's more like it.
Oh, he just makes the call. She's gonna flip over ace 6, and he go. You can read his mouth. He goes, "That's nasty." He's gonna show his ace. No, he's not.
I can hear Basil going so sick.
That's so sick, man. Them dealers. Look at that. We've already got 2 people over 800, 2 people over 700 for a 1-3 game. That's incredible.
Definitely some action.
Yes, they're not afraid of it either.
But again, big difference with $20 and $30 versus $300 and $500 and $700. And I love the action that we're seeing because we're seeing a lot more action. As a commentator, I'm always sitting back here, watching the big game, and there's 5 rocks sitting at the table. I'm like, we need some action. It's hard to commentate when there's no action happening. And so I love the 1-3 so far. They just don't care. They'll play. They're just playing the game.
They're playing for love, and they're not afraid of anything.
But they're doing really good about getting their cards over the circles. Really good.
Yes, they are.
Oh, there's my 3 of hearts. There it is.
Basil, call it, Basil. Call it, Basil. You know that's the Charlie hand.
Basil's not calling that.
That's not in his range.
Ever. Basil's liable to fold that in the big blind with nobody raising.
Right, I agree with that. So, folks, we have just gone live with our 1-3.
Hello, Thomas. We see that you're watching. Come up here and get on the list. It's a 1-3 game. This game would be. You love this game.
Max buy-in, $500. Min buy is $100. There is no 70% on this game.
Right.
No 70%. Also, straddle-wise, no Mississippi straddles. You can only straddle forward on our 1-3 game.
Well, that's no fun.
We don't. Oh, look at what do we have here? Orlando's got a big stack of chips. What does he have? Queen 9?
Yeah. Pair of 9s with a gut shot.
Martin's not going anywhere. Martin's a gambler. He's a professional player.
Carrie.
Oh, he does go. He goes.
They're gonna make liars out of us all night.
Man.
Well, hello, Miss Lori Webb. We see that you're watching.
All right.
Like I say, this one's kind of Stacy. How are you, Miss Stacy? Chad, you see Chad Bell coming on?
Welcome, Chad.
We miss you down here. I've already spanked John Reynolds in OFC. I need some competition. Need to come on back so we play a little OFC. Jack Adams, how's Florida? You and Chad hanging out together? I know y'all don't even know each other, but anyway, it was sure good seeing you. When I hated the reason we had to see you, but it was sure good seeing you when you was here earlier this month, Jack. Jack's one of the original members when Kojak's first started, and then him and his wife moved to Florida. So if y'all don't remember Jack, and his wife was actually a dealer here at the time. Serge, we got a spot open for you. Oh, you're watching in the hotel. Okay. Miss Amanda, thank you.
You're welcome.
We've got our brush. She just walked in and she just brought us Starbucks. That's mine. Come say hello.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go get ready to deal. Good luck and enjoy it.
Send me something.
I just say hi.
Yeah, you can say hi.
I did say hi. Hi.
Yeah, so if you're up here, she is wonderful about going to get all the stuff you needed. And thank you again.
You're welcome. Starbucks twice tonight.
Starbucks twice. You went to Starbucks twice tonight.
Yes.
Well, that's.
The first time they were like, you're only doing 4 drinks, and I was like, don't say nothing, and then sure enough.
Richard, thank you for watching. And Chad, Carter is spelled C-A-R-D-E-R, just so you know. So anyway, let's get back to the action. Kind of got sidetracked. Looks like Patrick's going to take down $39 in that pot. So I'll go ahead and keep reading some of the bios while I'm here. Basil, everybody knows Basil. His nickname's Superman. He's 48. He's self-employed. He's single. His biggest tournament cash is $9,000. His largest casino win was at the Win. His favorite game is casino game is Hold'em. Favorite dealer at Kojak's, he's waiting to let us know who that is. Favorite sport is poker. Favorite athlete's Mike Tyson. Biggest fish at the table, Miss Carrie. There's not really anybody that Kojak's he wants to beat more than anybody else. He just know one. And if you could take any picture off the wall of champions, who would it be? He said Goldberg, just so Goldberg knows. So anyway, and then Rob, like I said, we already talked about Rob a little bit. Rob's from Pecos. Jeremy, we haven't talked much about Jeremy. Jeremy's from Shreveport, Louisiana. He's a heavy equipment operator. He's married with a baby on the way. Congratulations, sir. Marco, Rosie, thanks for watching. His biggest cash is $10,000. His favorite dealer is Lindsay. His favorite sport is football. His favorite athlete is Michael Jordan. Patrick is 30. He works in the oil field, and his biggest win is about $1,200. So his favorite casino game is poker. Doing fine. Tommy Burgess, where have you been? Come get in this 1-3 game. It's perfect for you. I'd love to commentate with you on the table, sir. Yeah, come on up here. Anyway, Ricky is from Odessa. He's a truck driver. He's married with 4 kids. His biggest win was at a casino. Come on in here, Ricky. No, come on, Ricky. Come on.
I gotta go.
You gotta go deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of our dealers is watching Ricky. Everybody loves Ricky. He's a pretty awesome guy. Anyway, his biggest win is in blackjack. His favorite dealer is Lindsay. Martin is from Plainview, like we said already earlier. He's remote ops for an oil and gas company. He's married with 2 boys and 2 girls. Biggest tournament cash is $13K. Favorite casino game is roulette, and his favorite dealer is the Crusher. Paul, his nickname is Apostle. His birthplace is Denver, Colorado. He's a network engineer. His biggest cash is about $700. His favorite game is No Limit Hold'em in Vegas. Favorite dealer is whoever deals him the winner. And of course, we've already done Carrie. So that's everybody that's on the list. Like I say, we've got a list going right now. If you want to come down and get on the list, I think there's only 1 or 2 people. We can keep this thing going for a while. It seems to be a lot of fun. Looks like Martin's going to win $95 with his Ace King. Carrie playing the home cards of Kojak, KJ. So, like I say, I'm just getting sidetracked a little bit. And y'all are kind of stuck with me tonight. I'm going to be in the booth mainly by myself, off and on. Charlie, every time he gets a chance, he'll come in here, and we'll have some guest folks come in here and help analyze. We also have other tables going tonight. We have a 5 on the button table going that's playing pretty big right now. we've been having, we had a little single table satellite today. So if we get, every time we get enough for that, we'll throw one of those together. We had our deep stack tournament today. We'll have another tournament as well tomorrow. So like I say, there's still lots of action going on, even with several players either hunting or out of town this weekend. We're still having 2 and 3 and 4 tables. So just come on down and see if you can make you some money. At the very least, you'll have a little fun. So it looks like Ricky has ace-4. I'm going to try to catch up on the action here. Queen 9's in the lead right now. Orlando bets 40. Looks like Ricky calls the 40 with ace-4 of diamonds. Decent pot for a 1-3, $143 in the middle. That's not too terribly bad. And the nut diamonds hit. And Ricky bets. Oh no, Ricky calls. Orlando's betting into him. Orlando's going to get tired of these flushes hitting him all night long. It seems like it's the second one that got him. But he made a really good laydown with that last flush. So Ricky calls the 50, of course. And they go check, and Ricky takes it down. Oh, here we go. We got Michael Lopez walking in.
Hello, everybody.
Everybody knows Michael. So
If you've been up here, I've probably seen you. Wow, so we've had a lot of already crazy pot. I mean,
crazy.
like
Lots of flushes. If you got
lots
suited
of
anything,
flushes.
hang on to them.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
I'm pretty sure Orlando's getting really tired of flushes beating up on him.
He really is. He's like, flush again, man.
Yeah, so it's just
It's a riddle. Regardless of it being 10 on the button or even just a 1-3, this action is just brutal.
That's what Charlie and I were talking about. The action in a 1-3 game is so much different than we see in the big game.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like that hand, that last flush with Orlando with the spades, and
Yes.
he had the straight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he didn't even have the nut straight, but he's still sitting there contemplating it. Where if you watch the big game, the big players, that's gone.
No.
There's never going to be a re-raise.
No.
You know, where you have to think about it. It's just gone instant.
Yes,
you know.
absolutely. These guys are opening up and carries to pick up the Cowboys.
Carry.
Oh no, this could be really dangerous for them.
She's going to overbet him.
Yeah. Well, it's because she doesn't.
folded.
No. Oh, she's gone from the table. Oh, that's so brutal.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well,
Well, there you go. That's what you get for walking away.
she could have
from
made
cards.
some money there. Well, you know what? The rest of these hands, she may not have made any money.
No. She probably raises maybe a suited 9-6.
I was going to say, did anybody make a
10-7.
pair? Basil made a pair of sevens. So
Yeah.
she's not making any money on this table with those kings. She'll get the,
Yep. She would have gotten the blinds. Maybe a one caller.
maybe.
That'd be about it.
Something that we have noticed too, and as you sit here and watch, you know, if you watch the 10 to 25 game happen, you'll see anywhere from 2x to the biggest is a 5x race.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're starting at 6x. I mean, it's just, you know, it's four. I say that it's 4.5x to
Yes.
7x.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. And they are. There's a lot of straddling going on. A lot of single and double straddling. So that's obviously going to raise up that pre-flop raise. But yes, it's still even on a 1-3, people are raising to $20-25. So
You know, and one of the things they don't realize when you do that you put, even with pocket aces, if you raise more than 5x, you put so much pressure on that hand to have to win.
Yep.
You know, if you raise it, say 2.5x, you only have to win about 17% of the time, versus 6x where you're having to win 35% of the time with that
absolutely.
hand. And so, you know, I don't care what the levels of money are on the table. The amount of pressure you're putting on your hands to win they're almost taking the profitability out of pocket aces.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like that hand with kings, and I don't know what Carrie would have bet, but I would have said she'd have bet at least 20.
It probably, if not,
You know,
yeah.
so you're talking about 6.5x, where she's going to have to win 35% of the time with those kings. And granted, she would have won that, taking that hand down.
But how many times do you flop that well with aces? You know,
Well, or with kings.
or with kings without there being an ace on the board, and then
Right.
you're
You know, those ace magnets are just. You
absolutely always. Right here we've got a Orlando straddling with a jack deuce. Jeremy's gonna make a call with ace 9. Ricky's 3-betting with 22. Now Ricky's been very active all night.
Ricky has been making some plays that he made a good play earlier where he just didn't believe that I forget who was in the hand with had a king in his hand, and he makes a bet on the river to take it down with nothing in his hand.
You know, with how aggressive he's been, you pick up that eventually he might not have it.
The thing about this aggression here doesn't pay off as well as in the big game.
No.
But these guys are a lot more aggressive than the big game. I think there's a lot more landmines to dodge in these smaller games, and the bigger players are aware of those landmines and sidestep them.
Yes, the other players are aware they're sidestepping, so there becomes that metagame
Correct.
of chasing each other around.
Well, it becomes a game inside a game.
Yes.
Where this is just
This
let's
is
throw it at the
just-
wall and see if it sticks.
But you gotta love it. It's a
Oh,
lot of fun
absolutely.
sometimes.
Look at that, flopped open-ended.
Flopping open-ended. He's still got a jack. So
But I like Ricky having the Jack 7 because
Yes.
you know, he'll bet it. He's not afraid to bet.
he's been, like we said, active all night, and it looked like he did end up having.
Oh, he did fold. He sure did.
I think it's easy to put Patrick over there on any queen, any 10.
Look at that. Ricky's already up to 931. I don't know what Ricky's over what he started with, but he's making a come up pretty
He's
good.
at least made a couple hundred.
And I'll say it
which is
again,
saying
Basil's the only one at the table that can take that $140 stack and turn it into $1,000. He really is. I mean, because of the way he
Yeah, he
plays, he's
is.
the only one at the table that can do that.
Absolutely, and so I believe they told y'all before on dealer changes they are still doing bomb pots.
And
So
we couldn't see it, yeah.
yeah, so really,
Whoever's running the board, can they put the camera on the board? Because we tried to cycle and follow the
action.
Yeah,
but
we
you-
will follow the
from
board.
this angle. Oh, I see.
So
see.
I don't know if on the iPad if y'all
Oh,
can
I
click a
see.
button because
So
we
this-
tried it. Yeah, it didn't.
This doesn't.
No, it didn't change it.
Okay. I think I might know how to help. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go back over there, send Charlie back over here. I just needed a quick little break, but thank you so much, Chris.
Well, and like I say, if you want to, if somebody gets up, send me a player in here. We'll,
I
especially
will.
for the 1-3, I'd like to talk to them about
Yes,
some of the. I
I
know
will.
I think the audience would like to hear how some of these plays are happening too. It'll be interesting. Just tell them they can't curse.
Okay, yeah, that's all.
There is a lot more. I'm starting to see there's a lot more to talk about in a 1-3 game than there is that bigger game. Like I say, it's there is a lot more action. It doesn't matter the amount of money that's on the table. It's the way they play the game, and it's really interesting. It's kind of fun to watch. You know, it being a 1-3 game, but you don't get to call these very often. Hopefully we get to call them more often during the week. I think this is a really good idea. Let these guys play just like the big players. Looks like Carrie sat down. She's going to be sick when she sees she missed those pocket kings, because she would have made good money with them. I think she would have. I mean, I don't know. There wasn't much. Nobody had a whole lot in their hands, but she would have made some money, I guess, is the correct way to put that. They must be doing a bomb pot because we're not seeing any of the cards. looks like the bomb pot is over. Best I can tell, it's over. And if you didn't know, it's also on YouTube. Kojak's Poker is on YouTube. You can also find the live stream on Twitch, and of course, if you're on Facebook, you already know that. But for the ones that are on the others, it's on Facebook Live. It's also on or the Facebook stream. So you have Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch that you can go watch any of this. And if you ever want to play in it, all you got to do is just come to Kojak's or call in and say, "Put me on the list for the Saturday night live stream," and we'll make you famous or infamous. So. Like I say, it's a lot of fun. I've played in it once, and it's certainly an interesting way to play the game. You tend to forget that you're on camera, but like I say, some of these players, I guess they keep that in the back of their mind, because I've played with most of the players that have played the live stream before, and they play a little bit differently than on live stream than they do when they're not on camera. Not that it changes their game for the worst. It certainly, now that they've been doing it for a while, we're starting to see some things loosen up a little bit. But when we first started this, it really changed how people played the game, because they didn't want anybody to think that everybody out here thought they were a dummy. And I assure you, no matter how you play a game, it's your money, and you can play it how you want to, and nobody's going to think you're a dummy one way or the other. But it looks like we have an all-in. We don't have the cards, but we have an all-in. It looks like pocket kings against ace 4. And like I say, if this is the bomb pot, I'm not sure what's going on with this hand, because I don't see any of the cards. Let me see. But it looks like a lot of action just happened, and it's got to be during the bomb pot. I'm going to walk up there for just a second, and I'll be right back. I'm just going to go check it out real fast so I can see what's going on. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, folks. It was a bomb pot. That's why we can't see it, and it was huge bomb pot. Full houses on both sides, multiple full houses on both sides. Everybody's pouring their chips in. I think the biggest all-in was, well, there was 460 something 4 ways off of one of the pots, one of the stacks that I saw. So it was definitely a big bomb pot. that's the crazy thing about bomb pots. The top pot was ace 555, and so ace 4 actually took that pot, I believe is what I saw. The other one was queens full of jacks and jacks full of kings on the bottom, which got all of that in the middle. It was kind of a crazy bomb pot. So that's the one thing about bomb pots; they're kind of dangerous. Looks like we lost a player in the process, which is what bomb pots are really good for, is losing players. So we'll be back to the action now where we can see everything. But like I say, that was just wow. That was kind of crazy. Yeah, I went out and I saw Carrie when I was walking by, and I told her, I said, "You're gonna be sick when you see the live stream because you watch." She said, "I heard I missed Pocket King." She said, "But Daddy called, and I always take Daddy's phone calls. And I can't blame her there one bit." So, yeah, I told her give him a hard time for costing her Pocket Kings there, but wow. Like I say, that was definitely the biggest pot of the night, and I want to say it was really close to $2,000 pot. Orlando has pocket sixes. Rob has ace-7 of clubs. Jeremy has ace-10 of hearts. Looks like Ricky has 5 deuce of clubs. Basil folds. Paul wakes up with pocket 5s. Flop comes out 7, jack, 8. Carrie makes middle pair. I don't see a jack up there, so Carrie is actually in the lead. Well, maybe. Yeah, Carrie is in the lead. There we go. Now Rob picks up a nut flush draw. Carrie's betting 15. Jeremy calls with ace-10. And Rob called with the 5 deuce of clubs. Ricky called with the 5 deuce of clubs. Club would be pretty gross. So, oh, Jeremy, it's a straight draw. Jeremy hits the gut shot. Ricky folds. Carrie folds. I would think Rob's going to fold here. Yeah, Rob folds. We've got 2 players now up over a K, 1,000. We've got one at 900. So they're moving, they're making moves. Like I say, that last bomb pot was so big, and that changed a lot of folks' stacks. Ollie, thank you for watching. Well, have your husband come up here and get on the list, and we'll be glad to let him play. I'm reading the comments as they come across on Facebook, and Miss Freeman said her husband will be a great candidate. We'd love to have him. We'd love to have anybody that wants to play this. It's a lot of fun to actually come do it. Basil wakes up with pocket 7s. Jeremy has 8-9 of diamonds. Patrick wakes up with ace queen or ace king of hearts. And it seems like we got 4 players in the hand. Flop comes king jack 7. Oh, Basil flops a set of 7s. Jeremy flops top pair with a top kicker. This could get interesting. Patrick bets 30. I don't think Basil raises. I think he just smooths him. Yep, Basil just smooth called him right there. Really good smooth call. 9 of hearts on the turn. Patrick still thinks his ace king's good. He has no idea how much trouble he's actually in. I'm thinking this may be a hand. Basil moved all in on him right there. I think he's probably going to call. We have the Crusher just walked into the booth. She's been watching rodeo on her break because she's a barrel racer. Corey Smith, Jade Walker, where y'all at? We need you here. So Haley Kinsel won the barrel.
Haley Kinsel won the world. She won the round, won the average, won the world.
Did she won the round again?
She is the only person so far to win 3 consecutive NFRs on the same horse.
It's amazing. On sister?
On sister.
All right, Crusher, go crush some folks. So Basil picks up a $168 pot, and I think that doubled Basil up. It did. Basil doubled up. Like I said, Basil's one of the few people at the table can take that $140 stack and turn it into $1,000. He has the patience of better than most people. So anyway, we're back at it, and like I said, that was just an unfortunate hand for Patrick. But this is poker. You have those unfortunate hands. So Jeremy has the dreaded 7 deuce. And we're not playing 7 deuce tonight, so. Zach has ace jack offsuit. I'm going to say he raises to $8, $9. Raises to 9. Ricky wakes up with pocket queens. Here comes a little raise. Looks like $28. 23 or 28. Raises to 28. 9-5 folds. Carry folds are queen 5. Patrick has king 8. 6-4. Ace jack's going to probably call the $28 here. Yep, he does. Let's go to the flop. Flop comes 5-9-4. No help for Zach. He checks it. Ricky should come out and bet a little. I'm guessing he bets about 40. He bet 45. I was close. And Zach lays it down.
I'm about to run in and deal, Mr. Carter.
Okay.
I just wanted to come give a little heads
crazy
up
bomb pot.
on that bomb pot. We had boat over boat over boat on the top and the bottom. We had it was a $1,700 pot on the side, not even counting what was already in the middle. And the person in seat 3 was on an outside pot with seat 6. They lost all their money on the outside pot to seat 6. Seat 1 and seat 6 chopped seat 3's interior money. That was crazy. And the guy that, Mr. Worsham in seat number 1, he had the nut flush on the bottom and the top boat on the top.
Yeah.
Well, the nut flush boat on the bottom was beat by pocket pair that was a boat. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was queens full of jacks versus jacks full of kings, or queens full of kings.
Yes.
No, queens full of jacks.
Queens full of jacks versus
Jacks
and then
full of
aces
kings.
full on the bottom, or something
Fives
crazy.
full of aces on
That's
the bottom.
it. Yes.
Yeah, it was, and like I say, I couldn't see it. All I saw is these massive chips going in the middle, and I told everybody out there, I said, I gotta go see what's going on. I'll come back and let you know.
Yeah, it was such a crazy math that we had to find the smallest stack, pull in the smallest stack, or just count up the smallest stack, then pull that portion out of seat 3's chips, divide seat 3's chips between seat 6 and seat 1, and the seat 3's outside chips had to go to seat 6. It was quite the fun.
Yeah, bomb pots.
Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Basil's got a hand, but it misses. It whiffs.
Did you see Basil double up?
No, I did not.
Yeah, Basil doubled up.
Atta baby Basil. They're actually watching the 30-minute delay out there at the table.
Are they?
Yeah, they've got it up on the TV.
Oh, very cool.
Right when they turned it on, it was the ace nut flush versus the straight, and Orlando sitting there saying, "Man, I should have made that call." And I put it on, and he looked up and he goes, "Oh my gosh, you have the nuts."
Well, Basil had pocket sevens against ace king, and the flop comes king 8 or king 9 7, and they end up getting it all in. Carrie wins a little one. I told her about her pocket king. She said, "Well," she said,
Did she have pocket kings
She was away from the table.
when she was in the big blind?
Yeah, she was away from the table. But she said, "Daddy called," and I will always get Daddy's phone calls. I said, "Well, Daddy cost you $30."
No, Daddy probably cost her a couple hundred.
No,
That's
nobody
okay.
else had anything in the hand.
Okay.
It was, she would have won the blinds and maybe one race.
Right.
Yeah, it was. Well, look at that. We've got 2 players
Over 1,000.
Yeah.
Two players over $1,000. Did you see me standing out there for a little while?
I can see you walking around. I saw you turn on the TV. Yeah. Basil wakes up with those sevens again. He likes sevens.
Oh, but he's in trouble. He's got ace jack suited.
He was in trouble against ace king of hearts a minute
Oh
ago.
no,
too.
was he really?
Yeah,
Orlando's gonna play. 100% Orlando may raise.
He might.
He makes the call. Rob's not. It's so crazy because when you go from our on the button game, the on the button's the big blind, you're gonna protect every hand. What is that, 7 players? Whew.
7 players. 10s and 6s are going to be a little short.
So we got Mr. Zachary Wood, new to the table, bought in with 500.
He made a good laydown a couple hands ago. Ace jack against pocket queens.
Martin, when he got up from the table, we asked him if he was going to rebuy, and he goes, "No, man, this game's too hard."
1-3 plays a little bit different.
Look at this. Zach, 3 bets with 10-4 offsuit to $51. Ricky's already made the call with king 8 offsuit.
I don't know if Basil calls with pocket sevens,
I
even
think-
though he just doubled up. Nope, he laid them down.
I was going to say he either calls or goes all in. Paul's going to call that with
Absolutely.
ace jack suited.
Paul's been playing pretty tight. He's not going to raise it for sure.
It was surprising when I was standing out there doing the board for a minute. He is a very calculated player.
Yeah.
He's all about the odds. It's hard to be all about the odds when you've got ace jack suited though.
Well, it's hard to know about the odds in a 1-3 game. You know, especially when it's playing 4 to 7x on your raises pre-flop, and you almost have to just.
And this right here, what is this one? 10. This 17x.
Yeah. Yeah, well, 3 bet to $51.
So we've got a 3 bet to $51 with 10-4. We've got a call with king 8 offsuit, a call with ace jack suited, and a call with 8-6 suited. So we've got a huge pot for a 1-3 game. $222 going to the flop, 4-way action. Effective stacks are 420, 870, 960, and 560 behind.
And pot odds are out the window.
Flop comes king 9, 10 with 2 diamonds.
This could get huge.
Top pair for Ricky, gut shot for Orlando, and the nut flush draw for Paul. Ricky's going to lead out with top pair, which he should right here. He's going to lead out with $50.
Paul can't go anywhere. If anything, Paul's liable to raise him. He is the favorite in this deal, but, you know, just a call works. And Orlando called?
Orlando's gambling. He's shaking his head. He knows he shouldn't. That was one of those effort calls.
Yeah, I just
7. Nope.
nut diamonds hit.
Nut diamonds hit. I suspect it's going to go check, check, check.
Yeah, that's probably a good. I don't know if Ricky will bet it again, but he checks. If Paul's smart, he won't check. I mean, he'll check it here.
Yeah, let's see what's in his
Bet
arsenal.
it.
He bets leads out with $80. There's no way Orlando can call right here. He's
No.
doing the flip up, show the cards, and gone.
Yeah, I think Ricky probably folds. Yeah,
That's a nice little pull in. $270, $71 profit,
and he's
$452
up to
pop.
1,300. Do you remember what he bought in for?
He bought in for $300 at the other table.
There we go.
He's playing excellent poker tonight. Look at that. Two people already over $1,000.
Now look, Basil started with 140.
Nice, up to 290. So it does say 10 on the button up there. Once we started the stream, we can't change it until after the stream's over. It is a 1-3 game. We decided tonight, with a lot of our players being out of town, to switch it over to a 1-3 game. And this looks like it might be something that becomes maybe a weekly thing
I
also.
think it probably needs to become weekly because this is not that the big game's not fun to call, but this is just there's so much more to talk about with these guys because there's a lot more head scratchers.
Yes. Look at like this 9-8 right here. Basil's got
Basil folds. That's
Oh.
Basil. Basil had them. Anybody else they play that?
We need to make
folded.
Basil a shirt that says even a greased BB. It can't fit.
Yeah, I mean it's so 10-5. Patrick's going to call $3 with 10-5 of diamonds. Orlando's definitely called 8-6 of diamonds.
We just saw him call 50 pre-flop with
With
8-6 of hearts.
Yeah. So
Hey, we haven't had one hand not red, have we?
thank you, Ian, for watching.
Every hand's been red, hasn't it? We haven't had one hand not red.
Yeah, though, like I said, the only time it didn't read is on the bomb pots. It doesn't read the hands on the bomb pots. But yeah, it's doing real well. And they're really good about putting their cards over the circles.
Oh, we've got the brush. Miss Amanda coming in, demanding money. Come here, you gotta get it from.
My makeup back.
Come on, come on. Step on around. You gotta get it from Mr. Carter.
Take advantage of your moment.
Here,
I
scoot over
can't
here.
with my chin gone.
Scoot over here.
Your daughter hugged me and my makeup fell off on her shirt. And I'm upset. Oh my god.
So this is Miss Amanda. This is our brush right here. She's in here to collect some money from Mr. Carter and join his, I guess it's the typical white girl drink.
No, cafe latte espresso with 2 sweet loaves.
And he says that with his hand like this.
It's called basic.
Thank you very much. Mr. Carter, I'm going to head outside and I'm going to deal some. I'm going to come in here and crush some dreams on this.
Okay, yeah, we
See
need
y'all
to
in a while.
create some action.
Crush some dreams.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you're out there watching right now, like I say, there are spots opening up. People on the list. We've got seats open at our other tables. Come on out and play for a little bit and get some of this live stream. It's like I say, it's a lot of fun. And as y'all can see, we've got Mr. Ricky dealing. I mentioned Ricky earlier. He had walked in the office. He had to go deal. one of the nicest guys you'll ever find up here. You just won't find a nicer fella. Oh, looks like nines are winning it right now. Patrick's in the lead. Basil's got a flush draw, inside straight draw, and Patrick picks up 2 pair. Not a real big pot, but it's it's just hadn't been really an action conducing pot to begin with. We've seen some big ones, that's for sure. Patrick bets 20, and I would imagine Basil folds. He missed all the way, so I'm pretty sure he lays this down. Yep, he did. So this is a bomb pot. Okay, here we go. So we're going to get to see the board. I asked Michael when he's in here if he could just focus on the board, and so we could kind of see what happens. And I'm actually going to walk out there and watch this bomb pot. We all watch the board so we can see the action, and I can kind of explain what's happening. But I will be back as soon as the bomb pot is over. All right, I'm back. That bomb pot was fairly uneventful. Pretty standard bets after the flop. Big bet on the river to take the whole pot down. It was, y'all saw the board. It was kind of just a rainbow type board. Mr. Rice, thank you for watching. We've got Sean Rice watching on Facebook, on the stream on Facebook. If you don't know Sean, he's okay at the game. He still needs a little practice, but he's learning. He's also one of my closest friends. That's why I'm saying that, and he's also one of the best players around. So anyway, but I had to give him a hard time. But anyway, looks like we've got Carey with King 10. Not much on the board. Queen Jack and two King 10s. This might be first one to bet wins it, and I think that's probably what happened right there. My son Zach has joined me in the booth tonight. He's an up and coming poker player. He's starting to figure the game out a little bit. You kind of can't help it. He's handicapped being that he's my kid, because it's hard for him to learn much from me. So he's decided to hang around at Kojak's and just learn a little from these pros up here. So anyway, Zach, you can say hello. He's kind of shy, but he's sitting back here kind of seeing what we're doing. Orlando has Jack 9. Rob wakes up with King 3. Wakes up with, like that's a wake up with hand. He folds. Jeremy folds 9 deuce. Zach folds 8-3. Ricky folds 7-6. Basil wakes up with ace 5 of clubs. He'll call the $3. And the flop comes 7 ace Jack. Looks like Basil flopped the ace. Orlando bets on his Jack, bets 15. Basil calls a 15. I think the Jack, see what happens here. 6 on the turn, he checks. Ricky now has 2 pair. He'll be firing for sure. Corey Bradford, thank you for watching. He's Sean Rice's student. So he's gonna kill me for saying that. Another one of my closest friends in the world. Yeah, he's not really Sean's student, but anyway, glad y'all are watching. Wish y'all were down here playing with us. So I don't know I think Basil probably lays it down, not having much of a kicker. I don't see Basil making this call here. It would be a pretty tough call to make. That's a significant portion of Basil's stack. In comparison, I'm not real sure he'll make this call. I would imagine Basil lays it down. He may make a liar out of me, but I'm pretty sure he lays this hand down. Yeah, he does. Basil very rarely gets out of line, and he plays pretty close to the best when he plays. So he is never a bargain when you sit down at the table with Basil. He's a solid player. And like I say, he's one of the biggest supporters of Kojak's you'll ever find. And you get on Basil's Facebook page, and it's always about Kojak's. And like I say, another one of those guys that just one of the nicest guys you ever want to be around. A lot of fun to play with. So Rob has Jack 10. Orlando raised to $56 with 5 deuce. Oh, he raised to $6. That's $1. So I'm sorry, I looked at the screen. I thought, why would you raise $56 with 5 deuce? I looked at the screen wrong. He raised it to $6. I guess if you're going to play 5 deuce, you might as well raise it to $56. Maybe everybody will go away. Flop comes 8, 9, king with 2 diamonds. Best I can tell, Rob's the only one. He has the open ender. Pair of kings. So yeah, we're heads up. Looks like we'll be heads up going to the turn. 4 hits on the turn, 4 spades, no help to anybody. Rob calls the $35 bet from Ricky. And hits his straight on the river. And it's a 7, so it's hard straight to. We should see a raise from Rob. I think we'll see a raise from Rob here. I would be shocked if we didn't. And then I don't know if Ricky can call, but the way Ricky's been playing, he may raise him. He does raise. Rob comes over the top to 90. Looks like Ricky is putting out calling chips. He did call. It looks like, and Rob's going to take it down. Takes down a $314 pot. That's a pretty good pot. So we now have, well, we still have 3 people right there at that $1,000 mark. Paul right now has the biggest winner so far. He's got $1,300 in front of him. Zach raises to 12 with ace-10 of spades. Ricky calls. Patrick called with king-10. 10s are a little short. And Zach takes it down after spiking an ace. If you look at these V pips, they're a little higher than normal. Like I say, this game has a little more action than the bigger games do, and it makes it a little more fun to commentate. But if you look at the guys playing here, you can definitely see more of a love of the game. But like I say, these guys, there's a different level of seriousness. They're taking the game very serious. But you can see just from doing the other and playing in the other games, the level of that's a good picture right there talking about love of the game. But you know, they do seem to find enjoyment in the game. Nobody likes to lose a pot or anything like that, but if you watch these guys play, they're playing the game. But just by looking at the V pips, they're playing the game. The smallest V pip there was 35%. So you know, Kerry wakes up with a little bit of a hand here with ace queen of hearts. Gets called by Paul with jack 7 off. I think looks like Jeremy called with ace 3. No, we're just yep. Oh, Kerry flops 2 hearts. She flops a big hand, but Kerry's going to take it down with just a bet. Oh, Zach wakes up with pocket queens, raises to 12. Paul's going to call. You noticed the later we go that the raise sizes have come down a little bit. We're now at the 4x mark, but Paul's going to raise it to 35. He's going to 3-bet it. Rob moves all in with aces. Oh my goodness. We've got aces against queens against tens. Charlie was not kidding when he said he was going to break somebody's heart. Here it comes. Wow. Here comes a big one. I think so. I don't know. Zach may lay this down. It'll be a big lay down if he does. Wow. This could be really interesting. This is, and then you've got Orlando with ace 10. Zach will have the most outs, but he'll be behind. He lays it down. Big lay down with those queens. Don't know what Paul's going to do here. Paul probably lays it down. Yeah, he does. That hand had the makings of some action, but well, could have been exciting. Kind of lost its luster there. Charlie was trying, that's for sure. They're definitely getting some hands out pretty fast tonight. They really are. Zach 3-bets with pocket tens. Jeremy calls. Well, let me see. I bet Jeremy folds. He might call, but I bet he folds the Jack 3 of clubs. Ricky called and Orlando called. Orlando's definitely doing some gambling tonight. And the flop comes Jack 5 deuce. Ricky picks up the flush draw. Zach's still in the lead, but it's close. Orlando picks up a pair of deuces. This could be interesting. Five of spades falls on the turn. Zach's still in the lead. Orlando bets 60, thinking his deuces are good. Zach calls. Ricky absolutely calls. And Zach's going to pick up the pot if he stays with it. Ricky picks up a pair of sevens. He checks. Orlando, if he bet it once, he's got to bet it again, I would think. Yeah, he's going to try to bet it. And he throws it across 150. It's a really good bet by Orlando. He came out betting when that second 5 hit. But Zach just laid down pocket queens. He may have, I don't know, he might have a tough time laying down 10s here. He may still think they're good, but he's going to lay it down. That's a really good bet by Orlando. With a pair of 7s, I don't know what Ricky's going to do, but I think he'll lay it down. I don't think he can call with a pair of 7s. If he does, oh, that's amazing. That is absolutely not buying Orlando's story at all if he calls with a pair of 7s. And with that board, really the only thing you can put him on is a jack or a busted flush draw. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. He's sure thinking about it. It's going to be interesting. Corey Rogers, thank you for watching. We've got the Crusher just walked in.
She's not dealing anymore tonight.
Are you done dealing tonight?
Yeah, I'm in the cage.
You're in the cage?
Yeah.
They caged the Crusher, so
They did for one night, y'all. One night only. Back to the OG in the cage.
yeah. So
That means y'all are safe. Come on down.
yeah, means you're safe. Come play. The Crusher is not dealing the rest of the night. She's working the cage.
Mm-hmm.
But guaranteed your chips will be counted correctly when you pick them up. She
Heck yeah,
can't
they
count.
will be. Barely, but we got this.
So in the booth, I've got a family affair. I've got my son and my daughter in the booth with me.
I just need my house key.
Your what?
My house key.
Oh, apparently I've got her house key.
You do. I need it.
You going home?
No, I need to give it to you.
Well, she gotta go feed your fish.
Still.
I would like everybody also to know my fish is still alive.
This is the third one, but
It is not. It's the first. His name is Dewey. He's pretty great. Bye, y'all. Oh, I gotta wait till this hand's over, actually.
Yeah, he swims upside down, but he's pretty great fish.
Sideways. Get it right. Bye, y'all.
Bye. And Ricky folded. So yeah, like I said, he sure thought about that one a while, but that was a good bet by Orlando and a good follow up on the river. Basil has queen 9. Carrie wakes up with pocket queen. She raises to 15, 16, raises to $16. Orlando might call. There's that 8-6 suited. He likes 8-6 suited. He's probably going to call 16 after making that big bluff. He does. Rob has 7-3. He'll fold. 5-3 is going to fold. Ricky has queen 4 of hearts. He likes those suited cards. So he's going to make the call. Or king 4. What did I say? King 5?
queen 4.
Or queen 4. It's king 4. I'm sorry. King 4 of hearts. And Carrie flops a set. And everybody folds, I'm guessing. I don't think, Orlando's not going to bluff 2 hands in a row. No way he can. I don't think anybody can call here. Yeah, Ricky's going to lay his down. He didn't even catch a heart. So she picks up 33 with her set of queens. I'm not real sure on that board if I wouldn't have checked it. If I was Carrie, that was a pretty safe board for a set of queens. But a win's a win. It doesn't matter if it's a little one or a big one. Winning is still winning. So she drags that pot and increases her stack by about $30, $40. So Paul has Jack 4. Carrie has 8-9. She folds. Patrick should call with, he raises with king queen. Rob will fold his king deuce. Ace 6 might call because it's an ace. Nope, he folds. Queen 5 folds, of course. Queen 7 folded. So 7-8 versus, oh, he catches a 7 versus a queen. They both can't pick up a pair. Patrick with top pair and Ricky with middle pair. Ten on the turn, no help to anybody's hand. Looks like Patrick bets 50. I'm sorry, Ricky had bet the 50. Patrick just called it, so Patrick picks up the hand. The other thing I've noticed about this game right here is you don't have people going in the tank like you do in the bigger game. These guys have their decisions made well before the hand gets to them. It seems like, and just a few times now we've had people go in the tank to make a decision, which makes it these hands are just flying around the table. Jeremy wakes up with pocket tens, raises to 15, but the hands are just flying around the table because of that. I think we're getting several more hands out if you clocked it an hour than you see on the normal live stream. It's making it exciting to watch. I mean, like I say, these guys are not afraid to put chips in the middle for sure. And Jeremy picks up 37 with a set of tens. And again, I know it says 10 round of each, but like Charlie said, this is a 1-3 hold'em game. We moved these players over tonight, and I'm really glad that we did. It's like I say, it's been an exciting thing to. It's something interesting to watch. That's for sure. So Rob wakes up with pocket threes here. He'll call the 6. Patrick kind of got a little out of character there and raised with king deuce off. I like that raise, but like if anybody was paying attention, he hadn't done that all night, so that's kind of an interesting. And everybody calls. He picks up a whole bunch of callers for $6 with 6 deuce. Carrie has queen deuce of hearts. I think she'll. Okay. Well, the flop comes out 10-8-6. Looks like king 8's in the lead, best I can tell. This is also something completely different from the normal nights, is you have so many more callers in the hand than you normally see. It's hard to keep track of everybody in the hand. Zach picks up a straight draw flush draw. The nut flush draw. Orlando picks up middle pair and a king high flush draw. This could get really interesting if a heart falls on that river. 9 of hearts would make it really interesting. 2 flushes and a straight would be an interesting.
That gets dirty really quick.
Yeah, I don't see the river card, but it looks like the river card's out. There it is, 9. Oh, Jeremy picks up the straight. Jack high straight. And there's a straight on the board.
Yeah, Zach's got it straight.
Everybody's got a straight.
Everybody's
There's a
got a
10
straight,
high
yeah.
straight on the board.
Ouch.
I like that $30 bet. Do you believe him or do you not believe him?
Yeah.
Does he have the jack? Orlando's going to call and find out the bad news. What a river card.
Yeah,
And that was a great $30 bet because you either believe that or you think he's pulling the wool over your eyes. And
right.
for $30, you almost have to just, all right, I'll play the board.
Yeah.
Like I say, the biggest difference I'm seeing right now is you have 8 people in a pot versus 2 or 3,
Right. You know.
which I love. It's just hard to keep track as those. I'm talking to my son if y'all are wondering, but it's hard to keep track when you have 8 hands hitting the board that you normally, those hands are being folded. I love the way these guys are playing because they're definitely gambling it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach sitting in the booth with me reminds me of Major League. He's not the best color man in the game for nothing, folks.
If you haven't seen that movie, you got to check it out. It's a classic.
Well, seeing how everybody's older than you for the most part, we've all seen it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, we have another bomb pot.
Thought you got to do something good to be recognized. Not if you do it colorfully.
All right, I'm gonna go. Y'all can see the board. I'm gonna go watch the bomb pot just so I can kind of tell you what's going on with it. Terry Flack, thank you for watching. Brian DePlantis, thank you for watching. That was, they showed you the board. It was, the last bet was $250. It was a $50 bet and then a $200 raise. And Patrick called thinking his straight was good up top. Zach actually had a boat up top. Patrick had a pair of fours on bottom to take that bottom board. So they split that pot. So it was kind of an interesting bomb pot. I know we've had a few hands since, but like I said earlier, the one thing about the 1-3 versus the 10 to 25 or 10 on the button, trying to keep track of 6, 7, 8 hands, because that's what you're getting every hand versus
4.
2 or 3. Yeah, you know, it's certainly made it a challenge, but it's also made it a lot of fun. And Miss Flack, I know that this 1-3, I actually had you in mind when I've been talking to John, and I didn't come up with the 1-3 at all. I don't think that, but I've been mentioning the 1-3 to John because I know that there are a lot of players that like to play that 1-3, and you were actually one of the players that I knew liked to play 1-3. So we've got it back. Hopefully we get to see you. I hadn't seen you in a day or two, so like I say, hopefully we get to see you pretty soon. Rob wakes up with pocket queens, raises to 20. Which is pretty large for a 1-3. There we're back at that 6.5, 7x
Right.
type stuff.
I don't see how Kerry can call here.
No,
Yeah.
Gary can't. Patrick will call for sure
Yeah.
with the ace jack.
Ace jack suited.
Yeah. He's breathing a sigh of relief. That pair of fours saved him
Yeah.
on that bomb pot.
That was.
Ace deuce 9.
One card.
Well, he took the lead with the aces.
Yeah,
If he bets, I think Rob folds. He does. He folds. Yeah.
shows him the queens.
And he shows his queens. Jeremy's giving a little bit back. He's got 1100 in front of him. Basil's still holding well at 220. Like I say, if anybody can flip it, it'll be Basil. He's actually winning right now. He's up.
Yeah. What am I for? 2.
I think he set at the table with like 160,
Wow. What's the buy-in for this game?
100.
Okay.
Jeremy has king queen. Zach wakes up with jack 9. Ricky has there we go. All we were seeing was the board. So queen, queen, jack. King, queen's going to take the lead at 98% favorite. And he checks it. 8 on the turn. Jeremy's finally going to bet something. Carrie, I don't think Carrie stays with her ace. She's on, yeah, Carrie did stay. She called the 20. Carrie paints 3 pair. If she didn't believe his queen, he had a queen or a jack, that's definitely going to keep her in the pot if he bets again. Looks like Mr. Morton is sitting down at the table. That's Jeff Morton. I played with Jeff for years and years, and he's a really nice guy. And he's a really good player. He's a collegiate golfer. He's works for a bank here. Like I say, he's a really good guy. So, and he will definitely play the game. Zach wakes up with Jack 9. Ricky might, yeah, he folded 6-3. Okay. Ace 3, Jeff wakes up with Queen Jack of Diamonds right off the bat. First hand he's played. Definitely going to call the $6. Kerry folds 4 deuce. Patrick, we'll see what Patrick does with his King 7. He called the 6. Okay. Orlando calls with I have no idea. 7-6 of clubs. He likes those suited cards.
These are suited connectors.
Jeremy wakes up with kings. And 3 bets it to $26. Zach folds, Basil folds. Jeff's going to call the 26. I don't see Jeff not calling the 26. And I would be shocked if Orlando didn't call it. He called the 26 as well. I believe it's already out there. Yep, sure enough. I think, yeah, Rob folds the King 8. So let's go to a flop, see what happens. Board comes 4, 5, 6. Oh, wow. Orlando is going to be right in the middle of that one for sure. Orlando has 2 pair now. Jeremy's betting like he knows he's got the best hand. Or did Orlando bet that? Jeremy bet it. So Orlando needs to call the 75. A little bit of lag there, folks. That's why I was kind of questioning that. Here comes the river card. Orlando gets there. He picks up the check mark. And Jeremy's going to bet into him again. Jeremy bets a pretty healthy amount. Looks like about 175. And Orlando picks up the pot. It was a $752 pot. That was a pretty good pickup right there. What a board. But Orlando's had those river cards beat him up all night, so he's probably pretty happy to hit that 8 on the river. Now Orlando's moved into first place with 1,100 in front of him. Jeremy dropped down out of there. He dropped down a little bit. Guess that board probably, those kings probably cost him about 300, best I can tell. Jack 3 for Ricky, Ace 7 for Basil. He calls the 6. Jess should fold Jack Deuce. Kerry folds 6-4. Orlando, King Queen. We could see it raise here, but I bet, yeah, he did. He raised it up. 3 bets to 20. Oh, Rob wakes up with aces again. He moves all in for 986. I'm not sure I like that play, but I don't know why you would be scared of aces in this spot. Nobody can call. I think we're at, yeah, you pick up $30.
He was 986 to 130.
He picked up $36. Like I said, I don't think anybody could call. We've already seen Zach lay down pocket queens to his all-in aces. And, pocket tens and pocket queens were laid down. I understand a win's a win, but I think you get aces in this situation. You try to extract some value out of
Yeah,
them.
he got no value out of that play right there.
Of course, it is poker, and who knows? It could have come king queen on the board, and then he's in a bind. I just think you're risking an awful lot right there.
To win minimum. You know.
Well, you know you're in the lead. You always know you're in the lead with that hand, but I just don't.
Yeah.
Somebody that could get crazy and call you with pocket sixes and spike a six, and of course you want those calls every single time. I'm not
Right.
knocking the play. I'm just saying it's $36 in the pot. Why risk all of your stack?
For $36.
Yeah, it's just the overbets are pretty tough. But again,
Unless
he's
he
won
was,
both times with aces, so
unless he was trying to get somebody to think it was an overbet, he was trying to buy the pot.
no,
For
nobody puts 900 in the
Yeah,
middle.
that's true.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, that didn't make no sense.
Like I said, I'm not knocking his play. It's just a questionable amount.
Queen suited folded. Pre-flop.
So the board comes king, seven, queen. Patrick picks up open-ended. Orlando picks up top pair. Ricky picks up a pair. I didn't see what happened. They didn't get it in, so I guess we checked around. It doesn't look like there was any betting going on. There we go. Zach bets 70 on that board. He's got the flush draw. That's why he's betting 70. That's a pretty good bet. Ricky should fold his 7-3. I think he does. Yeah. I think Patrick calls. And I think Orlando probably calls. I guess they went all in. I don't know. They did move all in. Raised to 200. Oh, I guess they just put 200 in and ran it. Is what it looks like to me.
Orlando spiked a king on the river.
Yeah.
An ace right there is dirty.
So Orlando's up to 1,300. Rob's up to 1,000. Jeremy's at 858.
Basil holding steady.
Basil's holding steady.
209.
Jeff folds 3 deuce. Kerry folds. Patrick raises to 15 with ace-10 offsuit. Orlando's definitely calling connectors. Rob's going to fold his 7 deuce. Jeremy folds. Zach's going to fold. Ricky's going to call with queen 10. Basil folds his deuce 3. And we'll go to a flop. Five, eight, king. Orlando picks up a pair of eights. Ricky goes to open-ended. Patrick picks up a gut shot. And Orlando picks up a diamond draw.
Queen and diamonds right here.
Ricky bets that's 12. I think for that play to work, you'd had to bet a little more, but you're not getting rid of Orlando right there. I don't know how he can think his diamond draw's good, but we've seen him bluff earlier, so who knows? And he's the big stack at the table, so he's kind of the table captain right now. I don't know what came on the river.
I don't think it was.
There's a 5, I think. I'll be right back, folks. Okay, looks like Jeff has pocket 10s, calls a 21. Patrick raises to 112. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what it would say.
It is 112. Zach folds. 88. Jeff's got to call 88 with pocket 10s. We've got a coin toss.
Yeah.
Jeff is in the lead. Patrick bets 50. Jeff calls the 50. I think Jeff knows he's in the lead here. They check. And 10 on the river.
But nice it.
And Jeff bets, comes out betting 125, and I think Patrick lays this down. Yeah, Patrick lays it down.
It's always just a great feeling to scoop a big pot.
Yeah, it is. It's it's nice when you're able to pick them up.
Yeah. It's a lot better feeling than watching the other guy take the chips.
For me, they're usually going the other direction, so. So Patrick raised to 6 with Queen Jack. Okay. Rudy, thank you for watching, sir. Yeah, Carrie did raise it. She raised it she 3-bet to 26. Patrick called, Orlando called, Rob folds, Basil folded, and I guess Jeff called. It comes ace 4-5
2 hearts on the board.
with 2 hearts. Nobody has Jeff has a heart draw. He sure does. He has a straight draw and a flush draw.
He has a straight flush draw.
He does have a straight flush draw. Yes, it is on. Charlie just walked in.
All right, so I'm about to go back in and deal that game. I dealt it a while ago. That is so much fun to deal. Those players are all so excited to play.
Well,
They're having a good time.
the one thing I've noticed versus the other game, the 10 on the button game, is every single hand I'm seeing 8 or 9 callers on the board, 7, 8, 9, where you only see 2 or 3 with,
Yes.
with the big guys, and it's hard to keep track of the hands as they come up.
I'm about to go deal. Could you tell when I was running the iPad? It was super fast.
Oh, it was flying through. Yeah, when Charlie was inputting the what's happening on the table in the iPad, I actually mentioned how fast the hands were getting out and coming around the table.
That's my ADHD.
Absolutely. Well, sitting here with ADHD, going, what?
There's
what,
my
what?
hand. Come on, Orlando. He knows that's my favorite hand.
I can't believe Jeff laid down his. Oh well, different hand, I guess. No, the board changed. What happened to the board? Yeah. Yeah,
Patrick takes it down.
Patrick did with a really good bet. Because you had showed the ace-8 folding earlier. Ace-8 of diamonds folded.
Yep. All right, I'll be back.
All right.
Happy trails.
Okay, let's see what's going to happen here. Orlando raised to 6. Don't know what he has yet. Rob folds. Jeremy folds. Zach would have had queen 10 of hearts. He folds because he wasn't at the table. Ricky calls with 3 deuce of spades. There you go, Ricky. Coming back live. Basil calls with pocket 5s. Jeff has, I think Jeff called with jack 3. And Kerry calls with king 9. Orlando raised with 8-4. He likes those little cards. Flop comes queen 6-4 with diamonds. Jeff picks up a flush draw. Orlando picks up a pair of 4s. He checks. Ricky might bet it, but he checks. Basil's going to check his. Jeff bets 30 with his flush draw. Kerry folds. Orlando folds. I think Ricky folds. Yeah, I think it's going to fold around the table. Yeah, Basil's going to fold. I would think he folded. Yep, Jeff picks it up. Orlando's up to 1,400. We've got another bomb pot, so I'm gonna go out and watch the action while y'all watch the board, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm back, folks. That was an uneventful bomb pot, so there's not a whole lot to even talk about. Orlando picks up a pair of threes. Patrick picks up a pair of sevens with a gut shot. Kerry picks up a gut shot. Orlando raises to 20. He's going to win the pot. Wait, Kerry called? Okay. Orlando's still going to win the pot. Wow, Kerry must have bet it and Orlando folded. I was mistaken. Ken Frazier, thank you for watching, sir. I told you at the first of it they were probably going to make liars out of us. They did. They're holding true to form. So we've got Charlie in the box now. His fingernails aren't nearly as pretty as Miss Debbie's. She was dealing earlier. Jeremy has pocket fives. Ricky calls with king 9. Basil calls with 8-7. Jeff calls with 3-4. Kerry folds queen 6. Patrick calls with 7-4 on the button. Orlando's going to raise with queen jack. Orlando raises to 36. Jeremy's going to call with pocket fives. Ricky folds. I think everybody else folds. It'll just be heads up with those two. Yep, everybody else did. And we've got two of the bigger stacks going heads up against each other. Queen deuce 9. Check, check. King on the turn. I think he bets 15 into a. Yep, Jeremy Rays picks up the pot. I'm sorry, he didn't raise, it went check, check. I apologize. Jack Keene, thank you for watching, sir. We miss you. Need to get over here and get you some of this money. Or bring me some, because I need you over here so I can make a little money. While we're dealing, I don't want to forget, I'll go ahead and mention again, we're going to have the winter series coming up, the mini series coming up in January. And as John said earlier, you know, he mentioned all of the games. Get on the website, look and see what all tournaments we're having. And come out and see if you can put a little coin in your pocket and have a whole lot of fun with some really good people. So Kerry makes a boat on the river. Okay, folks. Well, like I say, we've got about 18 minutes left of the live stream. So hopefully you've enjoyed tonight. The action has been crazy. This is a 1-3, and we've had a $2,000 pot in a 1-3 game. It's amazing. It's been a lot of fun to call. It's been difficult at times trying to keep up. And if you look at this hand right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 people in this hand. 7. No, Jeremy folds. Okay. So every single hand, we're having 6, 7, 8 people in the pot, and trying to keep track of all the hands, especially when they get to moving fast, it's been a challenge, but it's been a lot of fun. I'm just kind of having to look at the board going on. Who's in the lead? There's been so many hands up there. Basil picks up an open ender. Rob picks up top pair. And everybody's going to check. I think Rob may bet his top pair. He usually does. He bets $15. It looks like 20. He bet 20 into it. Middle pair is going to call. Basil calls with his open ender. I think Patrick probably folds right here. Orlando will fold. I don't think Orlando stays. And I think Rob's the one that bet it. So at least after the flop, most of the time we get it narrowed down to about 3 hands. But like I say, we're seeing them every single time. And 8 comes on the turn and puts hearts out there. That ought to slow the action a little bit. Maybe first one to bet wins it. Looks like Zach bets 35 right there. I don't know if Rob can call with just his top pair and a flush on the board. He shows his queen and lays it down. Zach makes a really good bet and picks it up. Like I say, this has been really crazy action that's going on. But it's been a lot of fun to call. Like I say, for a 1-3 game to have a $2,000 pot in a 1-3 game is just crazy. It's really, these guys have no problems putting chips in the middle. So Jeff calls the $3 with 10-8. Basil calls with King Jack. Rob's gonna raise to 20 with King 4. Rob's stepping outside the lines a little bit. Of course, Zach's gonna call 20 bucks with that. Jeremy actually called with Ace Deuce. That's kind of an unusual bet for Rob. Ricky's definitely calling with pocket sevens. Basil called. Jeff called with 10-8 suited.
Family pot?
Not a family pot, no. It was raised to 20, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the pot. That's what I'm talking about. 6 players that you just don't normally see this in bigger games, which has made it a lot of fun. Flop comes Ace Queen Deuce. Ace Deuce picks up 2 pair. Ace Jack may be hating life here pretty quick. Basil should fold his King Jack. He'll fold his King Jack with that board. Jeff folds. Rob's gonna fold. And Jeremy is liable to raise. No, he's just gonna smooth call. Okay. 10 on the turn. 10 of clubs on the turn. That might slow things down a little bit. Yeah, it looks like check. Jeremy bets 60. Looks like Zach's gonna make the call. And picks up a jack on the river. Wow. Zach picks up the winner. Jeremy bets 60, which is a good bet. I mean, it still puts Zach in a difficult spot. I think he's got to call the 60 for that pot. And he's going to find out. Jeremy's fixing to find out the bad news. Yeah, those kind of hands. There's that river again.
Yep.
But you know what they say, you can't catch a fish unless you're at the river.
I was waiting for you to say it. I knew it was coming.
But that was an ugly board for a river catch.
Yeah, it was. Had to dodge a lot of bullets.
Kerry calls $3 with Queen 8. Patrick has 10-7. He'll call. Orlando has pocket deuces. Here comes a raise. No, he's just going to call. Is Orlando going to call or is he going to raise?
Surely you can't raise there.
Sure you can. Sure you can. No, he's just going to call. We're talking about Orlando. He can raise with anything.
That's true. Queen 3, ace 2.
There comes that ace deuce suited again. Zach will fold 6-3. He might call 3. He's calling $3 with 6-3. Yeah.
Yeah, on the button.
Nobody ever sees 6-3 coming. Basil checks. One, two, three, four, five,
Almost
six,
a
seven,
10
eight.
o'clock.
8 players. So ace 5-3 with clubs on the board.
Puts Jeremy in the lead.
Yep, Jeremy's in the lead. And Orlando's going to bet. Jeremy's going to call with an ace. I really think so because now he has a straight draw and top pair.
Yeah, 'cause
Zach's probably going to fold, yeah. Never knew what Ricky had. We missed that. Oh, I had showed it for a second.
2 or 4.
Yeah, 4 gives him a chop. Now it looks like Jeremy's going to pick it up. Check, check. He's going to take it down with the ace. Picks up $46. Like I say, it's been really, really fun and challenging to commentate this table tonight. And like I say, that has nothing to do with the amount of money on the table. It has to do with the amount of action on the table. And this one is, we have exciting moments when the big games get to playing, but you don't have nearly this much action. And as a commentator, I'm always saying, I need action, guys. It makes it, this one tonight really puts you to the test because everybody's in the pot. One of the guys that plays in the big game, if you know Bo Walker and I, we've talked about this before, that in the smaller games, the 1-3 games, we'll go broke because we're in every pot. We're going to see every hand. It's such a different mindset when you sit down in this game and you're playing 1-3. I don't play the 1-3 just for the simple fact I know I'll go broke because I'm going to look at every lottery ticket that comes my way. And so it's just a different game, and to anybody that's played Hold'em for any length of time knows that if you play it or try to play it right, it's the most boring game on the planet. So when you get into stuff like this, it's it's a gamble and it's a lot of fun. And so that's, like I say, these guys have done a really good job tonight on the table, and it looks like Orlando picked up 3 kings. Jeremy picks up a pair of deuces. So, Patrick picked up a flush draw, but I think the bet's probably going to get rid of everybody. I think that'll probably do it. Bet's 40. Jeremy's not going to call 40. Kerry's certainly not going to call, and Patrick's going to fold. But like I say, this is one of those games where you just kind of, if I'm sitting there, I'm going to see everything, because even though it's the most horrible idea on the planet.
Makes your VPIP a little high when you do that. Makes your VPIP a little high.
Yeah, your VPIP gets a little high in a 1-3, or at least mine does. But like I say, these guys have really done a good job tonight. There's been lots of action. There's been some crazy action. Like I say, to have a $2,000 pot in a 1-3 game. I mean, look at the stacks. These stacks. There've been a couple people busted out tonight. It's been. And I don't know if we only had about half the table buy in for the 500. It was a $100 to $500 table. Everybody else was bought in for a little bit lower and just have added on or done something like that. Orlando 3-bets with ace jack. Rob calls with 9-10 suited. Zach calls with ace 8. There's that ace 8. Jeff's going to call 9-10 suited. Kerry calls with 6-4. Patrick calls with Jack Deuce. Don't know what Ricky has right now. But this is what I'm talking about. I mean, there's 7 people in the pot right now. Because it's a 1-3 game. And like I say, it doesn't have anything to do with the stacks on the table. It has to do with let's buy the lottery ticket. Oh, Patrick 4-bets it to $72. Wow. Orlando calls. Everybody else is folding away pretty quick. Uh-oh, looks like Ricky's going to call. I don't know what Ricky's got. Looks like Ricky called the 60. Jeff's going to fold. Carrie's definitely going to fold. I don't see Carrie playing this one. If she does, she's just pure gambling is all she's doing. Like I said, I'd like to know what Ricky has. That would make this interesting. I like Patrick putting in a big bet right there. If he stays with it, he could pull this pot down. Well, I guess Patrick folded. He doesn't have cards anymore. Don't know what happened there. His cards just disappeared off the screen, showed him with a bet. But
Orlando's needs a gut shot 10 to make the straight.
well, it looks like I don't know what Ricky's got or what he's doing. I can't see it, so it's
We're kind of fine blind here.
Ricky flips over a king. I did see a king. It looked like that looks like a king or a queen.
I think he has it down.
No, they check. No, they showed. Ricky,
did they?
Ricky
Oh.
takes it down. So he at least had a queen on his hand. I don't know what his other card was. The card reader didn't grab that one. And then we've only had, that's something I've noticed tonight too. The guys have been really good about getting their cards in the circle. And since they've strengthened the antennas and done everything. Oh, he had Queen Jack. Ricky had Queen Jack in his hand. We're seeing the cards a lot better on the screen. So, like I say, if I wasn't having to call 8 or 9 hands at a time, it's going to be, this has been great. I can't, like I say, I can't complain at all. It certainly made me put in some work back here trying to keep track. Orlando has 8-4 of diamonds. He raises. He likes those suited cards. Rob has ace-10. Jeremy has king-9. Zach has 9-3 of hearts. He's going to raise it up to 20. Ricky calls. It was 6-5. I think Jeff called a 3-4 suited. Oh, Carrie wakes up with aces. Here we go. Did she just call? Oh, good.
No,
She
she
4-bets to
four-bets it.
60. There you go.
Patrick called.
Patrick calls with 3-4. Wow.
What do you think he's thinking?
Rob folded. Yeah, that's what Rob plays too tight for that one. I figured he'd fold.
Ricky calls.
I don't know. Is Jeff calling? Jeff calls with 3-4 of spades. So we got 3-4 of clubs, 3-4 of spades, and 6-5 calling her aces.
Straight.
Oh, let me
2,
see.
6.
Pair of sixes with flush draw though. Who's got the flush draw?
Jeff's
Jeff's got the flush draw and the straight draw.
Jeff's got the.
Oh, don't check it, Miss Carrie. Bang it.
Jeff's got the flush.
Does Jeff have? He doesn't have the flush already, does he? I can't tell what that one card is. Is that?
That's a 6 of spades.
Is it spades? Is 3 spades on there? Or is
3
one of them
spades.
club?
No.
Yeah, Jeff's gonna. Wow, Jeff's gonna take it down. Wow.
Shows the flush.
Okay, well that was a really good laydown by Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually thought that queen was the queen of clubs I was looking at. That's why I'm like, Jeff's got the straight draw and the flush draw. I didn't realize he had the straight already.
No,
Wow.
Yeah, he had the flush already.
Or he had the flush
Yeah,
already. He
the
had the
flush
flush
already,
already, yeah. That's what I meant to say. I just, looking at the screen,
It's a little fuzzy.
it was a little fuzzy. It looked like the queen of clubs. So I thought this could get real interesting. That's why when she checked, I'm like, don't check it, Carrie, bang it.
Yeah. That check makes a little more sense now.
Makes a lot of
Looking
sense.
at the
Yeah, it makes a
spades
lot
on
of
the
sense.
board,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense.
I bet 60 on a check gets you the same information, you know.
But the fact that he called $60 pre-flop with 3-4 makes you want to choke him.
A little bit.
you know.
Those are the hands that make you irritated because you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So this will be this won't be our last hand. We'll have one more after this one, and we'll start easing down on the live stream. But again, I want to thank everybody. We'll just kind of follow the action here. Looks like Patrick raised a 31 with ace-10 of clubs. Zach folds, Ricky folds. It's going to be,
Jeff.
I don't know what Jeff has, but he
Jeff
calls
calls.
the 28. So we'll see what happens. Flop comes queen 6, queen with 2 hearts. Patrick checks, Jeff bets. Oh, ace on the turn, but it's the ace of hearts.
Jeff bets at it.
Just bang it again. No help on the river to anyone with that board, unless you're holding queen 5 or something like that.
Pocket sixes.
Yeah.
Well, not even in the front.
Jeff bets 75. So we'll watch this last hand and see what happened again. I want to thank everybody for watching. Come out to Kojak's, have a really good time. Get signed up for the live stream. I think they're talking about doing this live stream for the 1-3 on a different night during the week from now on, but I don't know that for sure. I'll guarantee if enough people want to come play it, these folks will certainly set it up for you. If you want to come play a different game, they've got the dealers that can deal it. Jeremy's going to wake up in this hand with ace king. So we'll see what happens here. Don't know what Zach has. He missed the reader, looks like. He put it over the hole, but it missed the reader. Basil folds 8 deuce. Jeff calls with queen 10. Carrie's going to fold to her 8 deuce. Patrick is going to fold 6-4. Orlando folds. Rob might call $10 with king. He does call $10 with king 10. Still don't know what Zach has. Flop comes king 10-5. Rob picks up top 2. Jeremy picks up top pair, top kicker. Jeff picks up middle pair. Don't know what Zach has. Jeremy bets 30. Zach calls the 30. Jeff folds. Rob's definitely did it. I think, did Rob just move all in on him?
No,
No.
don't think so.
He went like I saw him wave his hand, so I didn't know what he's got going there. Rob's going to raise to 80. Jeremy's going to call. I don't know if Zach calls the 50 here or not.
Depending on what he's got.
Obviously.
Well, we can't see it.
Depends on what he's
Depends
got.
on what he's got.
Obviously. That's why he's the best color man in the business, folks. Yes, I believe that was assumed. So Zach does make the call.
He could have pocket 5s. You don't know.
7, no help to anybody. I'm going to guess he doesn't have a 7 in his hand. Looks like Rob bets 2 1/4, which is really putting the heat on Jeremy. I don't know how Jeremy can make this call with just one pair right here, and he's got the tightest player at the table banging at him.
Yeah.
It looks like Rob's going to win that one. So, folks, that's going to be the last hand of the night on our live stream. Again, thank you for watching. Come out to Kojak's, play in the live stream. Come play any of the games you want to play. There's tournaments pretty much every night of the week, except for Mondays. Of course, we're closed on Mondays. Like I say, thank y'all again for watching, and be thinking about our tournament series. And if for some reason I don't get to host, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy holidays. Look forward to seeing you out here, and we'll see you next time. Good night.